Another set of rules were for commercials, and it was the first time that I have ever seen anything like this, because normally, it was like, hey, do what you want, play them any way you like. There was more thought put into it at this station. First rule was long spots in front of short spots. Why would you do that? Because it's hard for people to discern a 30 from a 60. If you did the 30 first and then another 30 and then did the two 60s, well, they're probably going to be gone on the third one because they would have assumed that they heard more commercial time than they actually were hearing. If you had two 1-minute spots and then two 30s, you would want to do the 60 and get it out of the way, and then the next 60 and get it out of the way. Maybe, hopefully, if somebody was starting to get antsy when they're in their car and they're thinking about going to punch out, well, they're going to hear a 30, maybe, oh, that was short, and then maybe stay one more, and then the spot set's over. So, long spots before the short spots. We also did musical jingles before produced voice stuff and before a plain voice. So what that would mean would be back in the 70s and 80s, you'd hear stars like Michael Jackson, and they would do a 60-second Pepsi spot. You're the Pepsi generation. Where the entire jingle is Michael Jackson singing the jingle, and nobody says anything. It's just them singing about Pepsi. They sounded like music, so you would put them up front to try to fool the audience a bit, like they're not even hearing commercials. Then after that, you would then do the real commercials, and you would try to put a produced voice one in front of a plain voice one. Produced being there's music underneath the talking, and plain voice would be somebody recorded, let's just say an agency, and the agency has recorded the spot, but there's no music underneath it. It's just bare. You'd put that at the end, because if you put it up front, probably that might blow away listeners and they're gone before the rest of the commercial break plays. So that would be the logic of that. Next up would be live before recorded, unless the live is shorter. Okay, so remember I was saying that we did 60 seconds of spots and then there were 10-second live spots? They would be at the end because first the jock was doing it, what made it seem like, jock talk. They would sound like part of the normal programming, not part of commercials. However, if you happen to have like a 3-minute break where there's 3 minutes worth of commercials, and let's just say it's 60, 60, 60, if there was a live one in that set where the jock is doing it, you'd put it up front. It would be the first one. Again, because it would sort of sound like still part of the jock show. The jock would come out of the song that was playing, he would tell you what it was, talk about it, maybe make something funny, and then just move into the commercial and try to basically hide the commercial. As a matter of fact, usually 60 seconds when it's live turns into like 50 seconds because people on the air tend to talk fast. They end up being 50 or 52, and then you'd actually move into the commercials. So a 3-minute break could, to somebody not paying attention, listening, sound like a 2-minute break. Lastly, one of the things that we did at the radio station that no other radio stations did, I don't know of any other radio station anywhere in the country, in North America, in the world for that matter, that talked up and laid over commercials. We did that all the time. Really makes a radio station seems like it's flying, going like 100 miles an hour with its hair on fire. Remember I was talking about that Michael Jackson, Pepsi spot? Well, if that Pepsi spot was 60 seconds long, but if there was 4 seconds of intro on that before Michael Jackson started to sing about Pepsi, we would talk that up as if it's a regular song. So you would talk up the commercials. And if that Michael Jackson jingle was ending, and then 3 more seconds of music, and the next spot had talking in it, we would put the next spot over the top of that jingle. We would do that all the time.
See ya.